Fucking house.
Okay,
full
well,
of
French guy, you want to come up here? You can stay. You stay. We're gonna get like a international.
Oh shit!
That's a French assassin.
Hello. No. I think we're gonna get confused.
Does this work? Yes, it does.
He does. He does. Have
So am I sitting over there?
He does.
I mean, I'm used to listening to podcasts, but usually it's like I know I'm hearing myself, but this is a whole new thing.
Yeah.
French Spencer, say something.
And I cut my hair and beard before my trip to Los Angeles, so I looked more like you.
Yeah, this is Harmontown, huh?
It is.
It's weird when you're watching it and not just like doing it, you know? This is crazy.
Did you cut your beard short because of travel? Like it gets caught in the pillow.
Yeah, I fear to be swallowed by the engine jets. Thank you.
Well, and it messes with the gas mask seal, right?
Exactly.
That's important.
Sorry. Did we get your name?
We didn't. My real name is going to be a nightmare, so just call me JC.
Okay, now that we know we're going to call you JC, what's
we
your
have
real
that as a
name?
fallback. Now don't deny us our fucking egomaniacal
go
desire
nuts.
to.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Jean-Charles. Sorry.
I think I heard three people.
I stepped in. I apologize.
No, everyone's great.
I'm always waiting for the. You ever see Splash? Daryl Hannah. She says her name. She's a mermaid, and then all the TVs break. Okay. Anyways, go ahead. What's your real name?
Don't say it.
All right.
No, say it.
Say your real name. Just
All
don't
right.
say, are you ready for this?
Jean-Charles.
Jean-Charles.
Oh, nice.
JC.
Oh, Jean Charles.
Yup.
Jean Charles. Or as we would call him in my motherfucking neighborhood, Jean Charles. Okay, Jean Charles. No, Jean Charles, so great to meet you. Thank you so much for coming up.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, but this is Los Angeles, man. We're very worldly. I'll probably order dinner from a place called Jean Charles tonight. I'll do it.
Tell us what you do and what made you come to Harmontown.
I'm into video games stuff. I do art for video games mostly.
Shit.
Okay.
And I came to do a trip along the West Coast. So this was my first stop. I'm gonna fly to Seattle, then go back down to Portland for the retro gaming convention, and then go to San Francisco, and then back to Los Angeles for two more Harmontowns.
Yay.
Wow.
So we will be seeing you again, which is crazy.
In 2 weeks.
Wow.
I'm so excited about the retro gaming convention. Because there was this thing in Portland called XOXO. I think that's what it was. What was it? Yeah. They had like it was just a little sliver on a different on a different thing that wasn't. The idea of you kids like getting all into this like retro gaming is I love it so much. Because it's like it's function over form. It encourages all this like cool shit. I'm genuinely into it. I'm so excited to hear what you encounter there.
Well,
Thanks, everybody. That's Harmontown.
Yeah. No, with retro gaming, I think form, like the pixely form, drives a lot of the. What's the other one? Content. Yeah. So it's. Like when green appeared in like the Vermeer green appeared in painting, it drove. Your fucking verb, I swear.
You're crushing it.
Oh, don't get me started.
No. You're doing amazing. Also, if you need to switch
Conjugation?
between English and French, Spencer can. Yeah, Spencer will translate.
Yeah, because I know what he's going to say before he says it.
We are hairy
Because he's just
the power
French,
of the
sir.
hair.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Well, I think I have more in common with you actually, because what drove me to listen to Harmontown and then pay for the subscription to watch you guys on
Thank
scene
you.
Ooh la la, merci.
is because
Cha-ching.
I feel I share a lot of the multiple shames that you exhibit. No,
Hell yeah.
Hey, this man is a hero.
Which
Man
ones?
is a hero.
Which ones?
For real.
Which ones?
Would you call my parfait of shames exquisite?
Their perfection.
I just want to hear it
Yeah.
from a Frenchman.
Tout à fait exquis.
I have tasted your shame. It is sublime.
No, yeah. In a lot of ways, you made me feel less alone.
That made you feel more alone. But because there's a bunch of lonely people doing that. But yeah, no, I hear that a lot in a good way. I love hearing that. That's my favorite thing that we always come back around to when I'm getting cranky and going, why are we doing this and all this stuff. So I'm glad to hear that.
Well, it's public therapy in some way, and I loved a French comic that said this thing on scene, like I'm
His name?
Pierre Desproges. You probably never heard of it. It's all right,
This
but in the 1980s. He once went on stage in his first one-man show, and
You nailed it. You nailed it.
yeah,
You nailed it.
and he was there like, yeah, I'm an exhibitionist, and you're all voyeurs paying to see an exhibition, and that's little-minded, very little-minded. Yeah, so there was a lot of, this public psychotherapy and this display of non-narcissism, trying to deal with it and such.
Yeah. Those times are changing, they keep telling me. Like, apparently, I think what happened over the last 5 years is without actually making a conscious decision, because when would you ever fill out a change of address form? We all moved over to the internet. We started to consider it real life. And now that it is, we've clearly entered an age where actually this, what you're describing, which is the only thing that I ever thought I would be good for in this world, transparency, like open, like kind of, I'm never going to do anything that remarkable.
That's
so
the dream.
Why don't I just tell you everything I do kind of thing? That's actually, it's become like sort of like walking out of your house with a noose around your neck. And I'm not feeling sorry for myself. It's just like, what I'm lamenting is the end of that culture actually being encouraged to 25-year-olds. I can't imagine being 25 right now and having the urges that I had when I was 25 to actually, it was an ironic punk rock urge for me at 25 to go, I want everyone to know everything about me. Mm-hmm. That was an ironic urge back then. Mm-hmm.
Right, that was
And
before
now-
it became fashionable.
Yeah. Now that's like hitting yourself in the face with a hammer. It's a cry for help. It's abusable, and you asked for it if you engage in that behavior, because it's What are your feelings about this, Spangled Jacket? Forgot your name.
Jimmy, right?
Starts with a J, ends with a Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Oh shit, Jimmy.
If you're gonna forget a name, forget the name Jimmy.
First name Jimmy, last name Freedom.
Oh,
Nice.
holy shit,
Yes.
Who the fuck you think you are, Jimmy Freedom?
Jimmy Freedom.
And literally you would turn around and be like, I am goddamn Jimmy Freedom. Pretty dope.
What's your
Pretty dope.
what's your take, Jimmy, on the on what I said? This is an interview? Oh, you don't have to have one. Sorry. I thought I interrupted one.
Spencer.
Hey.
No, but
Hey,
Jimmy,
no, you can't do that. You can't. You can't reprogram the show with him as the lead.
I don't know. Let's see where he's going with this.
All right, fine. All right. I'll give this 5 minutes, but if my ratings start dipping.
I mean, Jimmy, you probably have a very active Instagram.
Yes.
Okay. So then you are
Sort of.
totally qualified to answer this question.
Well, what do you think the new is there?
Honestly, y'all, I voted in the 2016 election in California.
Thank you.
And helped legalize weed in California. And
Thank you.
And we all thank you for that.
right. And so I've been back for 3 days, so I'm high as fuck right now.
Oh, shit. Uh-oh.
Okay.
As you should.
It's all right.
Do you think there's going to be like a new...
I forgot the question.
Is there going to be like a new internet though? Like what Dan was saying is that like it used to be the internet was a secret place where you go to hide from like the world and complain about the world. But now the internet is the world. So is there any place where it's like the internet was where we retreat from there to where it's like now safe to complain about like, I guess that's the real world now, right? We retreat to the real world to complain about what's happening online. Well, that's sad. Or good? It's definitely something.
Right. It's like when people talk to you about.
I'm on stage.
It's cool. Let's keep...
I don't know how
No,
the watch
you're doing-
works.
It's like
I'm on stage.
it's like when people that you know on Twitter talk to you in real life about things that they read about on Twitter, and they'll
Yeah.
like take you through the tweet verbally if you haven't seen it.
That's like-
that strange sort of doubling.
That's better than
Yeah.
people forcing you to watch YouTube videos just because it takes less time.
Well, yeah,
True.
I think people are also going back to traditional methods of communication.
I hate that.
like letters, or like
You mean like letters and words?
yeah,
I mean,
like snail
I
mail.
think he means postcards.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Like, the one objective thing you can say is that we're getting to a point where we're looking at the internet and we're going, okay, so we all live in this cloud where nothing is real. But then the idea that it's not real is alternatively weaponized, but then idealized, and I get really alarmed about the idea of sliding into convicted cynicism, because the bad guys like that. They love the idea that if you get in a fight with a psycho, 5 minutes into a fight with a psycho, all you really know is that you don't even know what the fuck is going on. And it's like their specialty. It's like this win-win. It's like it favors a person that just wants to damage, and it disadvantages actual earnest communication, because like that's the thing that I really, really panic about, is that point where we all go, well, nothing's real at all. Like, what did you see that on a screen? Well, that means it either is or isn't real. I would love to live in a world where it was like, did you see that on a screen? That means it isn't real, period. But I don't think that we could ever commit to that. Like, we know that my favorite Martian isn't real, but he's our favorite Martian. Assuming we're all 70. I just mean that, like, the entire TV industry is based on the fact that when we see something on a screen, we tend to love it. We know that Cher isn't performing for us; she's in a concert in Scotland. But we're like, wow, what a great, good job she did in my living room. Like we're transfixed by the screen, even though we know it's not real. So the internet is now saying, like, oh, and we're going to put thoughts in your head that say mankind is evil, mankind is good. These universal truths are now up for sale, and I got too drunk late in the podcast. Not really. It's at this point where I become my own guest. Kind of a surprise guest.
So it's like, as usual, the trope with this podcast is the question, it turns into a story, and
Yep.
with the narrative, you figure out what the actual question was, which is just a story in and of itself. It's
Yeah.
like
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what you said for sure.